I'm looking at the way we finished the season and the way we went on to be champions again. All of that is due to every man across the board, their commitment to excellence. And in being a champion, you have to be prepared to sacrifice everything.
Whenever we step on the floor, we feel that we can't be beaten. And I think we had that swagger.
We have to feel good about where we will fall in terms of the best teams in NBA history. When you look at your championship ring for the year 2001, even other guys with other championship rings won't be able to look on the side of their ring and see 15-1 on the side of it.
Just going through what we went through this year, the bond that we formed with one another, because all the adversity, all the struggles that we went through, we had a chance where we could cave in. Instead, we decided to pull together and come out of this thing even stronger than we were.
Our community that we create is a well-knit group. We joke around with each other, we laugh at each other, we stick up for each other.
In June 2000, the Lakers conquered the NBA, powered by the fusion of the game's two brightest stars.
Kobe on the move. Lobs for O'Neal.
Together, they seemed to make the Lakers unbeatable. At 28, Shaquille O'Neal was the league's MVP. And at 21, Kobe Bryant was fast becoming the league's best all-around player.
Yeah, get a look at the dynasty. This is the next one right here.
It wasn't just about winning a championship. It was about creating a dynasty and creating something that, other teams can't really even speak about.
I can retire now and quit now.
Hey, you want to do it?
I'll be back next year.
Obviously, the Bulls were able to do it in the 90s and the Lakers in the 80s and Celtics in the 60s, but it's a new time and it's a new millennium, and we wanted to be the basketball team and the basketball organization to kind of start the NBA legacies over.
But after the celebration, the Lakers would learn that being a champion demands more from a team than just winning a championship. The 2001 Lakers arrived at training camp as a changed team. The roster had a new look. Horace Grant supplanted Laker veteran A.C. Green at power forward. And in a move considered risky for team chemistry, the erratic Isaiah Ryder was signed to replace Glenn Rice, the team's third leading scorer during 2000. One of the Lakers' inspirational leaders, Derek Fisher, was lost to injury. But the most important change was the loss of harmony between Shaq and Kobe, who came to training camp with the same goal, but opposite visions of how to achieve it.
Shaq had kind of told her, really take it easy. This has been a long season. You put a lot of energy in. You put a lot of minutes on the floor. Your body needs to really heal. And, don't worry about working out. Come back in September and start getting ready for the year. And he did. He came back about September 28th and started getting ready for the year instead of September 1st.
In Shaq's defense, it was the first time he was champion, and it was the first time he was able to relax for once in his career and enjoy a basketball moment.
While the battle-weary veteran used the offseason to recharge, his youthful teammate was working to fulfill his lofty personal goals.
Kobe never took one breath, literally, from the championship till beginning of October, end of September. He'd been moving his game up. He wanted to come out and annihilate everybody.
His goals were set much higher than one championship, much higher than the level of play he played at the year before.
When the season started, it was clear that Kobe would no longer be satisfied to be known as a supreme talent. He wouldn't rest until he was known as the best player in the league.
What a steal by Kobe. Going to the rack.
Runway 8, you are clear for takeoff. He says, you're not going to stop me. You can't even contain me.
That is where you do the comparisons with Jordan.
Kobe Bryant, no one in the league playing better.
But Kobe's personal ascent seemed to leave his teammates flat. The delicate chemistry achieved during the Lakers' championship run was lost, and no one took the change to heart more than Shaquille O'Neal.
I think Shaq struggled with the fact that Kobe came back so determined and so hungry to show that he had grown as an individual player.
Kobe was just, just trying to do too much. And, when you're that good, you can do too much, but when you play on a team, it shouldn't have to be that hard.
The team's problems came to a head when Kobe exploded for 51 points at Golden State, but failed to produce a win.
Kobe has become a one-man arsenal.
He was trying to help us win so desperately, and he got so many points. He played such a brilliant game, and he carried it just the one step or two too far.
They knock it loose. They take it away from him. Turnover.
You know, he shot a couple of air balls down the stretch.
Throw it into Shaq. Back to Kobe. The three on the way.
And it kind of exacerbated the situation we were in, that, you know, he was trying to win it all by himself a lot of nights.
People wanted me to just kind of level off my play and not improve and just do the same thing I did last year. And I'm not going to do that. You know, I work too hard, and I improve as a basketball player every day, and I want to show that I improve.
I've never been the one to get into whose team it is, who's this, and who's that. But when everything went through me, the outcome was good. It was 67-15, playing with enthusiasm. The city was jumping up and down. We had a parade and everything. And now we're 23-11. So you figure it out. Clearly, if the big dog ain't mean, then the house won't get guarded. Period.
The Lakers fell to 5th in the West, losing to teams they should have been dominating. They were swept by the lottery-bound Sonics and suffered a humbling January rout at the hands of the Clippers.
Of all the years I've done Laker games, I don't remember one that was any more embarrassing than this one.
The tension between the two superstars was destroying the fabric of the team.
The things going on, I guess, with Kobe and Shaq were well documented, but it was too much focus put on that. And I think, you know, for a lot of us as members of the team, you know, we kind of stepped back and also started paying attention to that a lot instead of really being held accountable for what we could do to help the team.
What had begun as a championship saga had become the league's leading soap opera.
Such a shame, you know, the two great players can't get along.
We were just a disjointed team, looking for answers, searching for the type of chemistry that we knew was needed to win.
The season and the franchise itself were at a crossroads.
It was just like, well, either we're going to figure it out, come out on top, or we're just going to hit rock bottom. You know, it was just either way. And there's nothing anybody could say or do to try to stop that from happening. It was going to be our decision whether we're going to pull through this adversity or it's going to crush us.
The Lakers were out of answers and running low on hope. After 60 games, the return of Derek Fisher restored a sense of order on the court. But it was something unexpected that made the Lakers rediscover their sense of purpose. In late March, an injury forced Kobe out of the lineup. During his 9-game absence, the Lakers found themselves playing as a team, and they were winning. No one noticed more than Kobe.
During the period of time that Kobe set out, we had to change our style back to where Shaq had the dominant space on the floor, and when we got to that, we executed very well. And I think that when Kobe came back, it was really his impression that I'm going to come back and I'm going to make this transition into this team.
Here's Kobe with the ball. Kobe in the lead.
No look pass, Kobe Bryant.
He made, I think, a conscious decision to trust his teammates more, to be a playmaker.
Bounce underneath to the baseline of Kobe. Nice pass to Grant, who scores. An unselfish play by Kobe.
Being a great player ain't about scoring 40 every night, dunking on somebody every night, doing this, doing that. It's not about that. It's about making everybody else better.
Oh, beautiful behind the back. Shot assisted by Kobe.
Once they got on the same page, just like everyone followed and everyone just jumped on and we just glued and gelled together.
With Kobe back, the Lakers were reborn as the team they had been trying to become all along.
I know the breakdown. Everything is gonna shake now someday. I know the breakdown. Tell me again, am I awake now, baby? You can find the reason.
The Lakers soared upwards in the standings, storming past Sacramento to win the Pacific Division title. They won their last 8 regular season games in a row. Their championship luster was back.
I know the breakdown.
I don't believe what I just saw.
You can find the reason that no one else is living this way. Yeah, living this way.
When we started to win those games late in the season, we could just feel the momentum building.
And the Lakers cannot play better than this. They cannot.
We could feel our own team dynamic, and as Phil Jackson refers to it as the community of the team, we could feel it just growing tighter and tighter.
The first team the Lakers would face in the playoffs was the Portland Trail Blazers. It was a rematch of the 2000 conference finals, when the Lakers stole Game 7 with their historic 15-point fourth-quarter comeback.
They were basically saying, oh, the Lakers is what we want, we're a better team. They got lucky last year, they're not going to do that this year.
There was no disputing the Blazers' talent, and they quickly put the Lakers' newfound harmony to the test.
Nice play.
The lead in Game 1 seesawed for 3 quarters, with the Lakers and Blazers both raising their game to meet the other's challenge.
Now here's Wallace. Nice touch.
So here come the Blazers again.
The Lakers were clinging to a 2-point lead entering the fourth quarter, when both teams couldn't help but flash back to their last playoff meeting.
You look back to the beginning of that fourth quarter, there was a definite belief that we could return again to an effort that we had in that Game 7.
Shaw, his three-pointer, good! A jump pass right side to Fox. He fires, good!
How quickly this game has turned.
As we started to make shots, you could see it again, the disbelief on their part that they could beat us in a four-quarter game.
Fox with the steal. Here's Fox to the rim.
15 straight for the Lakers to open the fourth quarter.
The door opened and bang, they disintegrated almost before our eyes.
After Game 1's dramatic repeat of history, Game 2 was a much simpler story. The tale of Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq with the rebound. Oh, what a pass! Here is Shaq. Oh, he posterized Sabonis. Oh, Shaquille O'Neal.
Agile, mobile, and starting to become hostile.
The frustrated Blazers earned 5 technical fouls plus 2 ejections trying to stop Shaq. And late in the game, LA still had some surprises left.
Look at this. Look at this.
He made it.
You talk about shooting free throws. I told you, you let Shaquille shoot the technicals.
After Game 2, the Blazers were humbled.
Anytime you got Shaq stepping up shooting technical shots, then you know it's pretty much over with.
In Game 3, the Lakers were reminded of the trouble they had closing out teams in 2000. This year, there would be no such drama.
Lakers on every loose ball. Here's Fox. From the heel, O'Neal.
3 straight from Portland meant 11 straight wins overall. The Lakers team was holding together beautifully.
And the Lakers have swept the Portland Trail Blazers in the first round.
We've grown so much since last season. And knowing how to put teams away, to be able to sweep a team, I think it sends a message to everybody else around the league that we're for real.
Also making it through the first round for the first time in 20 years were the Sacramento Kings, a team on the rise that believed its moment had finally come.
We won the first round. Let's go. Let's go, West.
I'm telling you right now from experience, once you get by the first round, you're on a roll. And anything happens now. Anything happens, all right? Great job.
In theory, anything could happen. In practice, however, the Kings still had to do something about Shaq.
Hopefully we can open the tank and let some of the fuel out the diesel. Won't be so much fuel this series.
But in Games 1 and 2, even so much as slowing down the Shaq diesel appeared hopeless.
Into Shaq. Howard is there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No human alive playing basketball can stop that man.
When Shaq plays to that level, he's unstoppable. The way he played at home to the tune of 40-plus points and 20-plus rebounds and destroyed the team single-handedly.
And this is incredible.
Well, they're playing with him now. They're actually literally playing with him. Shaq is having fun.
Meanwhile, the Lakers simply put Rick Fox on the Kings' top playoff scorer, Peja Stojakovic, it was an unsung weapon in the Lakers' playoff arsenal.
Fox's defense, one of the real keys trying to stop Peja Stojakovic.
Fox is everywhere right now. He's like Velcro to him.
We knew if we were going to seriously defend our championship, we would have to start to play the defense that was needed to do that.
Fox is just sticking with him like glue.
Blocks his shot. Nice play, Foxy.
Whatever it takes with Rick defensively in the Sacramento series, the job he did on Stojakovic, was unbelievable.
Fox not giving him many open looks, and he steals it. Rick Fox with his defensive effort continuing.
And what Fox couldn't do, Shaq would take care of himself.
Fox tries it again. O'Neal once again. Shaquille O'Neal with 42 points.
That's just sheer strength, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing else. No one else in the league strong enough to make that play.
And the Lakers, at least through 2 games, look unbeatable.
After 2 games, all the Kings could do was show their respect. But heading back to Sacramento, they had hope that games 3 and 4 could somehow be different.
That's one reason why I can smile, because we will get them next time. Definitely, guaranteed.
In the 2000 playoffs, the Kings took 2 out of 2 from the Lakers at home. The way LA handled the hostile atmosphere in 2001 showed how much the team had grown up.
They're getting ball movement, but they can't make a shot, and the Lakers are off and running.
Pump fake, drive by Williams, up the boulevard, plays it in softly at the rim.
Someone always seems to step up for the Lakers.
The drive on Christie, the flip to Fox, and put up a 3.
After Game 3, it wasn't enough to win. The Lakers needed to dominate.
Well, it's kind of a ruthless way to put it, but we absolutely want to cut their hearts out. Absolutely.
Through 6 playoff games, Kobe had bottled up his game for the good of the team. In Game 4 in Sacramento, he finally exploded.
They better guard Kobe.
Spectacular shot by Kobe Bryant.
And Shaq loves it.
With Shaq in foul trouble, Kobe knew it was time to demand the ball himself.
Over to Kobe, one-on-one and Christie, isolated right side, elevate, shoots. Count the bucket, he's fouled. And he tells the crowd to hush here at Arco Arena.
They have a good crowd up there, and the crowd gets involved in the game. They like to talk trash, so I started drawing back and started drawing with some of the players, and found the groove by doing that.
Lakers trying to sweep the Kings without Shaquille O'Neal.
Bryant around Christie. Facial served on Vlade Divac.
Bryant with it, angles to the baseline, drop step spin between 2 defenders, and he sends in a Marseille shot.
Kobe Bryant, 48 points, 16 rebounds, an amazing performance.
The Lakers were chasing history and chasing away their demons. 7-0 in the playoffs, a perfect run of 15 looking less like a fantasy with every win.
I think right now we have a certain swagger about ourselves because we're the defending champions and we're on a 15-game winning streak right now. So I think there's naturally more confidence, to feel like we can pull out of any situation.
The conference finals would be the Lakers' chance to erase a bitter playoff memory. In 1999, the San Antonio Spurs had humiliated the Lakers in the final games ever played at the Forum.
And the San Antonio Spurs have swept aside the Los Angeles Lakers in the Western Conference semifinals. And they did it convincingly.
The Forum is shut down. I feel great because the Forum is shut down for the last time.
The Spurs felt the Lakers' 2000 title was tainted because Tim Duncan hadn't been healthy. And with Duncan back, they had the league's best record in 2001.
If you ask me, is there bad blood? No question. They're not our favorite team, and we're not their favorite team.
San Antonio was a team, when they won, they embarrassed us, they swept us. So Kobe had that in his mind. I had that in my mind.
No longer concerned with proving who was the best individual, the Lakers set out to prove they were the best team.
Bad pass off the dribble from opponent. Bryant challenging Ferry. It counts, and the foul.
In Game 1, Kobe carried the load.
Kobe Bryant with the beautiful fadeaway. I don't know how you defend that.
With every defensive adjustment the Spurs made, Kobe countered with another level of creativity.
Oh, what a shot. He rolled that off those beautiful fingertips.
Kobe's got this intensive, competitive drive, and he doesn't back down. He always loves those challenges.
Underneath Kobe. Dunk. Woo! Incredible. Unbelievable. Impossible.
Indefensible. Kobe had scored 93 points in back-to-back road victories.
I told Kobe today he was my idol. He's playing. No, I'm serious. He's playing phenomenal. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I think he's the best player in the league by far.
2 seasons earlier, Tim Duncan was making that same claim, and in Game 2, he tried to make the case again.
Now Duncan has it left lane against Grant to the baseline, gets inside and lays it in.
Tim Duncan is on a mission.
Clock spinning away. Tim Duncan rejected it with authority. And the Alamo Dome is rocking. Corner of the drive got shut off. Underneath to Duncan for the power jam with the right hand.
The Lakers were being outplayed for the first time in the 2001 playoffs. And for the first time, they looked rattled.
Phil Jackson's been thrown out of the game.
How about that one?
And the Lakers might be losing their composure a little bit.
Everything seemed to be going against us in that game. We had Phil getting ejected. San Antonio was playing on top of their game, hitting all the shots. Crowd was behind them, it was like 36,000 people.
Our leader had just been exiled from the game, and we felt even more challenged to go out and to finish the Spurs off in that second game.
How will the Lakers play now? This is the first adversity they've had in the series.
Although they hadn't brought their best game with them, the Lakers reduced the contest to a battle of wills. With increasing determination and confidence, they hammered away at the Spurs lead.
Powers up with a hook, and a rebound battle on the floor, finally grabbed by O'Neal, and he slammed it in.
After Jackson's ejection, the Lakers went on a 9-2 run. The players had sensed their own peril, and the lessons of a long season helped them to fight their way out of danger.
A three, right down the middle. You can see the visible increased intensity of the Lakers.
We definitely wanted to come back and show them that we're the champs and we deserve to be the champs, and this is why we deserve to be the champs.
Shaq comes outside to Bryant. He's open. He shoots for three. Good! Okay. Kobe Bryant connecting. They have dealt a severe and perhaps fatal blow to the Spurs championship hopes. Man.
Back in Los Angeles, merely sweeping the Spurs turned out to be a modest goal compared to what the Lakers were about to accomplish in games 3 and 4.
Bryant across the timeline, spins around Anderson. Oh, a one-handed crusher. Oh, brother.
Reverse two-hand slam dunk. Woo! One of a kind.
You absolutely have to love what you're seeing.
Kobe waits now for Fox on the drive. And now they're just raining embarrassment on the Spurs' heads. Another three ball from Derek Fisher.
Woo! Woo! Go! 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 There's no team in Laker history ever played at a higher level of perfection than this team is doing.
The Lakers won Game 3 by 39 points, Game 4 by 29. They had won 11 straight in the playoffs, 19 straight overall. It looked like the finals would be just a formality in the crowning of a dynasty.
One more to go, man. One more to go.
In the Eastern Conference, the Philadelphia 76ers had taken everybody's best shot all season long and were the last team standing in the end. Like the Lakers, they had flowered during the season as a team. And in the playoffs, league MVP Allen Iverson had captivated the basketball world.
Iverson against Williams again. Yes! Out of foul!
In winning the East, Iverson proved himself to be more than a scorer. He had become a leader and had his team believing they could become champions.
Hey, yo, that's a team, man. That's a team right there, baby. Woo! Hey, ho, 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 ho.
This coach's first time, man. Let's make it a good one, baby. Let's make it a good one, man. 1, 2, 3. Play hard!
Number 1, if you came to have fun. Number 2, say you love it for 2. Do your number 3, make you feel irate. Do your number 4, say we come back for more. Say clean sweep, clean sweep, clean sweep.
Hi everybody, welcome to Game 1, the NBA Championship Series, the year 2001. It pits the underdog, Philadelphia 76ers, against the undefeated in the playoffs, Los Angeles Lakers. This one, Dr. Jack, could be for the ages. The Los Angeles Lakers could become the first team in history to run the table in the playoffs.
When you get through sweeping, what do? You mop. You mop it up. Mop it up.
Philly cheesesteaks tonight, baby! Lakers tonight. Bring out your broom. Bring them out, baby.
It's David versus Goliath, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Philadelphia 76ers.
I've been waiting for this opportunity all my life. We always understand that if we keep fighting, keep playing together, anything can happen.
Let's get serious, get focused, execute.
Let's get dirty. Let's get dirty.
We here. We know what we have to do. 4 more games. Take it 1 game at a time. Let's go out, get the job done.
Get serious, fellas. 1, 2, 3, let's!
Early in Game 1, Shaq was more than even NBA Defensive Player of the Year Dikembe Mutombo could handle.
O'Neal with it, back in against Dikembe. Dikembe right there taking the challenge, but O'Neal turning and slamming it with a right hand.
Into the Lakers' hands. Fox up the floor. O'Neal runs it. He's underneath for a slam.
And the Lakers on a 16-0 run. That's unbelievable. They lead it 18-5. That is also unbelievable.
We got no movement. We're not putting bodies on guys. We're too soft.
Toughness was one thing neither team was lacking, and Allen Iverson led the Sixers back into the game.
Shot clock down to 3. Snow with the ball. He's going to have to do it himself. Back door to Allen. He comes out the right side. Baseline fade. Up and good. What an incredible shot by Iverson. Spinning like a top through the paint.
Kobe struggled to regain his timing after 10 days off, while Philadelphia executed to perfection.
And what do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? Philadelphia right back in it.
Keep your game simple offensively. You got a little bit too tricky. When you throw to Shaq, you throw high, for example. Little things like that.
Even the simplest plays became too hard for L.A.
Midcourt pass to Bryant. Stolen by Iverson. Here's the Allen into the lane. Scoop, laughing good. And the fans here in Los Angeles thinking, uh-oh, we're in for a series.
In the closing seconds of the first half, only Shaq's dominance was keeping the Lakers in the game.
Up off the rim. Oh, man, what a dunk by O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal with a 2-hand rebound slam with under a second to go.
When the third quarter started, Iverson and the Sixers were still clicking.
Hey, you got a lob in here?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I got to get JJ off.
Sixers by 6. Here's the alley-oop to Jones to catch and the slam. Showtime here in L.A. as Jermaine Jones goes flying.
Midway through the third, Iverson had 38 points, and the Sixers led by as many as 15.
Picked off by Iverson. Down the floor he goes against O'Neal. Allen by the big man. Scoop layup is good.
And the Lakers are being humiliated here at this point of the ballgame.
This is not going the way Los Angeles and its fans planned on it going here.
Yeah, after getting up and getting that 11-point lead, we just fell apart. They got 4 layups in the process.
In a desperate move, Phil Jackson assigned the only player smaller than Iverson to guard him.
Now they bring in Tyronn Lue to guard Iverson.
Good luck.
Good luck, Tyronn. I'll send you a card.
But the gamble worked, as Tyronn Lue sparked the Lakers' comeback.
They wait for Iverson. Lue with a steal. Cruises for the layup. And it's all Tyronn Lue.
Lue handles it, gaining confidence by the minute. Ball in low to Shaq, out to Lue. Shoot it, kid, and make a 3. He didn't.
Oh, look what the Lakers have found. Is this Christmas morning or what?
By the time 5 minutes were left, the Lakers had come all the way back to tie the game.
Shaq, though, doesn't miss. He's got their last 10.
And just slow down. Take a deep breath and understand we got 5 minutes to get one up on these. All right? 5 minutes. Every rebound, every long rebound, every loose ball.
With the pressure on, Kobe and Shaq seemed ready to break out.
Comes around O'Neal's screen, keeps the dribble, comes the paint for the lead, tied up back to Shaq. Lakers lead it. Shaquille O'Neal and the Lakers' first lead. Just inside the 5-minute mark of the first half.
But the Sixers found a way to answer every time.
They're on their feet here at the Staples Center. 10 to shoot. Baseline left, Iverson. Lou knocks it away. Back up top to Snow. On the drive, Eric Snow bangs into Ori, and he makes the layup. Eric Snow, where there's a will, there's a way. And now, game one on the line. 11 seconds to go. It's tied at 94. Raja Bell looking to Iverson. 6 seconds to go. Bell off the dribble. He almost tripped. He goes to Mutombo. 3 seconds to go. Back to Snow. He's got to shoot it. He does. It's in the air. Oh, he just missed it. He narrowly missed a three that would have won the game.
Iverson had scored only 3 points over the final 15 minutes. In overtime, it appeared to be only a matter of time for the Lakers.
We want the tap. It's a dribble entry. Go into either Rob or Rick's side, go corner, go directly into Shaq.
Shaq wants it on the left block against a man with 5 fouls. He'll take Mutombo to the paint, jump hook, yes! And Shaq puts LA ahead, 96-94. Folks, count on that. Going on repeatedly in overtime. Here's Lou, gives it back to Bryant right away. Bryant blows toward the free throw line, down the lane, underhand, push scoop, good! And now they've got a little bit of control back.
Finally, the inevitable seemed to be coming to pass for the Sixers.
Just calm down, guys. All on them. All it's on them. They're supposed to win. We ain't even supposed to be here.
But as inevitable as the Lakers moving ahead was the Sixers coming back.
Raja Bell around Bryant. Ori is there. He's bottled up. He's got to shoot it. Underhand left hand scoop is good. Raja Bell. Are you kidding me?
McKee kicks it open. Iverson. The 3-ball. Yes. Yes. Philadelphia leads it with 1:19 left in overtime. Heat's on the Lakers now.
101-99. Iverson against Tyrone Lue. Baseline right. He backs up. He fires 2-ball. Got it again. He's way too good. He steps around Lue and drilled it. And the Sixers have scored 9 in a row. Are you kidding me? What a ball game here in game 1 of the NBA Finals.
After 11 straight playoff wins, for the Lakers to lose like this seemed impossible.
Back outside to Snow. Penetrates a runner. Yes! Eric Snow hits a running 18-footer. They cannot believe what they're witnessing here tonight.
The streak was over. Now, anything could happen.
The final in game 1, the Sixers 107 and the Los Angeles Lakers 103 as the Sixers shock the world.
Coming into this game tonight, most people were talking about sweep. Lakers now are just hoping
they don't get swept.
They can put the brooms away. That's right. We ain't do nothing yet. We got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. They can put the brooms up, though. Happy birthday to you. He said he played 4.
After one win, it might have been too soon to celebrate what they'd accomplished. But the Sixers were in the perfect mood to wish Allen Iverson a happy 26th birthday.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Game 2 of the NBA Finals. We're in a spot we never expected to be. The Los Angeles Lakers looking up after having lost Game 1 to Philly.
Get out there. I know tomorrow. I know tomorrow. This team with a real chance. Go out there and play like it. All right, 1, 2, 3, race! Let's go, let's go!
The pressure is on tonight. They must win this one going into Philadelphia for the next 3 games.
We play hard, play this game like it's our last. We can look each other in the mirror, man.
Hey, let's go, baby. Their confidence is down. Let's keep them down. We can great opportunity. Make sure we come out and play hard and play right.
The eerie sense of things slipping out of the Lakers' control carried over from the end of Game 1.
The Lakers look cool from the perimeter. Here's Iverson down the middle of the lane. He shakes by Fisher. A whirling dervish scoop layup. Yes, what a play by Iverson.
For the Sixers, Game 2 was the chance to show the doubters that they were good enough to do it again.
These Sixers didn't just show up tonight. Folks, they came to go up by 2. Here's Iverson behind the back. Open Jermaine Jones.
A 3 by Jermaine Jones. And the 76ers with 5 in a row lead by 3.
The Sixers have that look again, folks.
That's all right. Figure something out. I'm gonna get it to you one way or another, dog.
The Lakers refused to panic, responding with patience and confidence in each other.
Wrap around pass to O'Neal. Look out again. Shaquille O'Neal with a right-hand jam. Nice dish by Kobe Bryant. He drew Mutombo and McKee.
Dribble behind the back. Goes around his man. Stopping the lane. 10-footer.
Right now, the Lakers 1-2 punch really starting to get back in sync.
Let's get this one done. They finished quarters well. Okay? Watch something easy coming up here. They're trying to get a reverse.
In the final seconds of the first half, both teams battled for momentum going into the break.
Into Shaw's hands, open man is Kobe, wide open on McKee for the slam. Good at the other end. Kobe made an outstanding finish. 49-45.
Well, they'll work for the last shot.
Last 4 seconds of the half. Here's McKee. Tries to sprint. Geiger's 18-footer. Yes! Kisses it in off the glass at the buzzer to pull the Sixers to within 2.
In the second half, the Sixers would have to contend with a revitalized force, Shaquille O'Neal, who would dominate at both ends of the court.
Sixers need an Iverson first. Down the lane. Swatted away by Shaquille O'Neal on the underhanded layup attempt.
Shaq would tie an NBA Finals record with 8 blocks, sparking the Lakers' offense with his defensive prowess.
O'Neal with a kick out to Bryant. Look out, Kobe Bryant down the lane. Wow, what a right-hand jam! And O'Neal making the pass.
Suddenly, the Lakers looked like their championship selves, only better than the year before.
And now we're seeing the Lakers that we saw against the Spurs, the Kings, and the Blazers.
Hey, guys, I don't know what the hell's going to happen in this game, but we got a series, all right? We got to figure out how to play better, all right?
Then, just as suddenly, the Sixers started another fourth-quarter charge.
Allen down the lane, behind the back move, backs up, 18-footer up and good. What a sweet shot by Allen Iverson.
This club keeps coming back.
Hey, look, great. We're right here, all right? We're right here.
With the lead cut to 3 and 2 minutes left in the game, Kobe and Shaq got the ball where the team needed it to go.
Now into Shaq. Back to the basket. Back outside, and Fisher's 3. There it is!
Derek Fisher's three-pointer sealed Game 2 and evened the series at 1.
Big ovation for the Lakers. But ladies and gentlemen, we're in for one of those June wars.
We're here. We're the world champions, and no matter how inspired your team may be, the championship has to come through the city of Los Angeles.
In Philadelphia, the fans could taste an upset coming.
Sixers #1, baby! We're beating LA! Nicholson, Cannon, no shot! We got Cosby, Will Smith, you're done, LA!
We play with a lot of this, a lot of heart, and that's why we're going to win this series.
First time in 18 years the fans have had a chance to cheer a finals game here. What do you think about what you see up there?
It's incredible, and I love them today.
Beat LA! Beat LA!
You could not ask for more excitement than we've got in Philadelphia, the scene of our next 3 games of the NBA Final.
Can't expect it to happen. We can't hope it happens. We got to go out here and make it happen. All right? 48 strong, man. All the way. 1, 2, 3. Play on!
Philadelphia hadn't hosted a playoff game since the Sixers swept the Lakers in the 1983 Finals. Both their fans and their players were ready for the return.
The Sixers look like they have fresh legs tonight, folks. They look like a team that has come home and is rested.
A rejuvenated Iverson gave the Sixers the early advantage.
Iverson tacks, comes all the way, ships it now to Mutombo. Left baseline, a beautiful play, and Mutombo puts the Sixers ahead.
But Kobe was having a homecoming of his own and showed his old neighborhood how much he'd grown.
Bryant swings free, what a graceful move, and hits the layup. Oh my, what an athletic play by number 8.
7 out of 7. Oh, my. Shades of Michael.
Kobe began to control the game for the Lakers, and Shaq kept the pressure on inside.
Here's the Diesel turn baseline. Good for Shaquille O'Neal, who gets into that crouch and sort of tiptoes back defensively.
Don't sit on the lead. They're going to build on it, baby.
Be aggressive now.
No matter what they tried, the Lakers couldn't quite put Philadelphia away.
Snow bounce pass. Bell on a running layup. Great pass, Eric Snow.
The competitive instincts of this Sixer team is amazing. They are still in this game.
This time, the Sixers were doing the damage inside.
Iverson uses Mutombo as a screen. The 3-ball. No. Rebound. Mutombo. It's a 2-point game.
The Lakers' strategy was shaken. In the battle of big men, Shaq found himself on the defensive, and Dikembe Mutombo was frustrating him at every turn.
Shaquille O'Neal just fouls out of the game.
The 76ers have a wonderful opportunity now, March. If they're ever going to win a game today on their home floor, this is the day to get with Shaq out of the game.
With Shaq gone, Kobe stepped up for the team.
Kobe keeps it. You know he's going for it.
It's Kobe to the rim with the runner. Kobe Bryant with a clutch shot.
Late in the clock, no gambling. And if you can't grab a rebound, tip it. And then be organized on the break. All right? Hey, we got a lot of time on the clock.
With Shaq on the bench, the Lakers couldn't control the boards, and the Sixers found an unlikely hero to take advantage.
Ollie rebounds, fouled and scored. Kevin Ollie off the 76er bench, puts down the rebound and is fouled.
In the waning moments of Game 3, the Sixers had their best chance to take control of the series. But the Lakers bench, as it had done so many times before, rose to the occasion. This time, it was Robert Horry who answered the call.
Horry will take it. The 3. Whoa! Robert Horry in the face of Philadelphia. Nails the 3-ball for the left corner. Los Angeles Lakers go up 2 victories to 1 in this dramatic NBA Finals.
He does it all the time. He's really sneaky about it. He comes in and he does it. It's not like once in a while. It's consistent. He did it last year in the finals. He's done it for us all regular season long, and he's going to keep on doing it. And, you know, that's Robert for you.
Confidence that runs 12 men deep was something the Lakers took a while to learn, but perfected once they got it.
This is the most special group of guys and men that I've ever played with and had the privilege to play with, because I can't think of one guy on our team that we don't respect, that we don't care about, that, you know, we wouldn't go to battle for. Everybody, you know, genuinely cares about each other.
It's just a brotherhood. That's all it is. You know, it's a brotherhood.
Sometimes I feel that he is me. If I was a guard, that's how I would want to be. Boom, 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 boom. Sometimes I feel that I can move. If I could be like Cole, I wanna be. If I could be like Cole.
Like Cole.
Well, it is a pressure game for the Philadelphia 76ers. They trail again in a 7-game series, 2-1.
If we get this game, you know, it really put their backs against the wall.
And then if you can't get going in this type of game, there's a problem, man.
Let's go. Hey,
After spending the end of Game 3 on the bench, Shaquille O'Neal would come out with a vengeance in Game 4.
Morris with a jump shot, rimming no. Rebound down to O'Neal. O'Neal going up, and he slams it home. Wow, Shaquille O'Neal with a ferocious right-hand jam.
Kobe the other way, give to Shaq underneath. Another slam dunk.
With his team on their historic run, Shaq was out to stake his own claim to history.
I always set my goals high, so maybe when it's all said and done, hopefully that they will say Shaquille O'Neal was the greatest Lakers center ever. Unless they say he's the baddest big man in Laker history, I won't be satisfied.
Shaq put his total game on display, leading the Lakers to a 22-point second-half lead.
Hey, a lot of funny can happen, guys. Right? Anything will happen, baby. Keep playing. Keep playing, though. Keep playing.
Again, the Sixers turned to Allen Iverson to fuel another fourth-quarter comeback.
Here's Iverson, right wing, got it again. He knocks it down from the wing, and the Sixers coming back as Iverson makes it a 12-point game.
Back to Iverson. Kobe chasing. Now Iverson gets around him. He penetrates, throws it up and in. Iverson's on fire. They've got to put out that blaze. The Lakers know it now.
Here's Allen on Kobe Bryant into the lane. Scoop pass down the hill. He goes up and scored it. Tyrone Hill is back. A nice pass by Iverson. A 12-0 Sixer run.
The Lakers are coming apart at the seams. We've got ourselves a ball game now. Oh, yes. This game is far from over.
Jack, don't give up this lead this time. You gave up the last one. Stay basic. And they run a hole and they go corner, lag, and this guy comes up. That's a dive man. Hit that man.
Feeding off Shaq, the Lakers lashed back with an 11-0 run of their own.
It'll be Shaw outside. The three ball from the right. Yes! Brian Shaw knocks down a huge three.
Lou for three is on the way and good. That's what I'm talking about. Ty Lue. That's what I'm talking about.
Comes down the baseline on McKee. Double team. Kick it back. Horry's three. Yes! Another three.
Leading 3-1, the Lakers were feeling invincible. And the Sixers were beginning to see the inevitable too.
Yeah, he played well. A whole lot of Shaquille O'Neal. That's all it was, a whole lot of Shaquille O'Neal.
Good evening, everybody. Well, if the Los Angeles Lakers win tonight, here's what it means. Back-to-back NBA championships. But to do it, they'll have to handle a spirited Philadelphia 76er team, and you just know that the 76ers will leave it all on the floor.
I'll be on my way to LA at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Follow me.
I think we're the team that we are today because of all the adversity that we've been through. Not only did we come out of it, but we came out of it a tighter group, and stronger mentally and more prepared for any adversity. So, in a way, I think it was a blessing in disguise for us.
Let's go. Listen to me. I need you, and I need you.
This basketball team has been through a lot of things this season, and we've worked very hard to maintain our togetherness and our belief in one another. And I think right now, our belief in one another and our togetherness is the highest it's ever been, and our focus is, I think, one that can't be broken.
By Game 5, the Lakers' superiority was clear. Only the Sixers refused to admit it. And they wouldn't quit until the Lakers proved it to them one more time.
Ball is on the floor. Nice play by Iverson. Frees the ball to Snow. Under to Iverson. Score. Great play by Iverson. Sensational.
With their uncanny ability to combine aggressiveness with composure, the Sixers did their home court proud.
The bounce pass goes in low. Now they ball to McKee. Underneath the Mutombo. Slam dunk. One of the prettiest passing sequences we've seen in this series.
Can the Sixers keep this up all night? If they do, we're going to L.A., folks.
All right, just keep busting your ass. Love your effort. Come on. It's great. Stop, man. Come on.
If the Sixers were brave, the Lakers would have to be ruthless. And in their pursuit of the first undefeated road playoff run in NBA history, the Lakers would show that their heart was as big as anyone's.
Horace Grant overshoots, but Bryant able to come away with it.
Wow. Kobe Bryant. Mark, what hustle. What a great play.
If he gets it going, Brent, this series is over.
Now Shaq moves baseline, shoots, score it, and he is fouled as O'Neal makes a power move.
Sixers starting to lose their composure here as they feel their season slipping away.
In turning a deficit into a 19-point lead, the Lakers would hit 12 three-pointers, finally breaking the Sixers' spirit with flawless execution.
Lakers are up on the bench. They can all smell it now. They know all they got to do is just hang on.
When you talk about championships, it's about being on a great team. All 5 guys have to click together.
Here's Shaq. Waits to ship it back outside. They hit Lou, corners Bryant, wide open 3, yes, on the money.
Finally, after all our struggles and our adversities, we came around to that point where every man across the board, their commitment to excellence, their selflessness, their sacrifice of their individual games, to putting the team as the most important thing, to being a champion again. And in being a champion, you have to be prepared to sacrifice everything.
No way, boys. No way are they going to stop this express here tonight. Schedule the parade in Los Angeles.
When I'm done playing, I want my team to be remembered as a great team. No matter what you did to them, you couldn't stop them. No matter what problems you thought they had, you couldn't stop them.
Fisher has to fire a 3, yes! And there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
It's in the refrigerator, the door is closed, the lights are out, the eggs are cooling, the jello is jiggling.
In the end, these Lakers would take their place alongside the great Laker champions of the past. An honor made greater by the character of the opponent they defeated. The promise of a dynasty was being fulfilled.
Back-to-back titles for the Los Angeles Lakers.
I love you, boy. I love you.
You had the best record ever in the history of the NBA playoffs. You should be proud of that.
Yeah. First one, proving that we can do it. The second one, proving that's not a fluke. Look at Larry O'Brien, our closest friend. Go, baby. Back to back. I think that. Congratulations. Told you we was gonna do it. Cold bench first year. Got a ring. Spoiled, dog. Spoiled. First of all, you forget what I said last year at the parade. I'm gonna give you a few seconds to go back. Don't say the trophy's home, where it belongs, and we're gonna get another one next year. I told you I was gonna get another one. The big I told you so. Come on, let's go! It ain't over. Come on, let's go! It takes 2 to make things go right. There's 2. Better believe it. There's 2 of them. We told y'all last year we were gonna do it again. We did it again. We're gonna get another one next year again. Back to back to back. Love y'all. I just want to say I love you, Brian Shaw. May I kiss you, Brian Shaw?
To those who speak Spanish, les agradecemos y les decimos que el año que viene lo haremos otra vez. Привет, Украина. I love LA.
When I say, can you dig it, put your 2 hands up like that. Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
To the greatest team that's ever played, the 2001 Los Angeles Lakers, we say thank you, we salute you and honor you, and let's do this again next year.
That's the season for y'all. We did it again. Back to back at the parade now, chilling, hanging out, having a good time. The season is over. I'm gonna holler at you guys next year in Hawaii for training camp. Until then,